Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Arif and I welcome you all to the second video lecture on the subject of computer organization and assembly language programming. The title of today's session is Hardware Description Language for Combinational Circuits Part 1. In today's session we are going to have a quick recap of Boolean logic and some elementary logic gates. Then we will talk about the two most famous HDLs and the HDL by Norm and Shimon, which we are going to learn and use in this course. We will design and code the AND, OR and NOT gates using the universal NAND gate, and we'll write HDL programs for these three elementary gates in today's session. We will download the hardware simulator and we'll load our HDL programs in this simulator to do interactive testing of our design chips. So let's start playing. Well, we all know that the basic building block of any logic circuit are logic gates. And a logic gate is a device that implements basic logic functions. Well, this slide shows the symbols used by the six elementary Boolean operations, namely AND, OR, NOT, NAND, NOR and XOR. If you are not familiar with their behavior, we will see them in the upcoming slides, inshallah. And moreover, the NAND and the NOR gates are these two gates, NAND and the NOR gate. They are also called the universal gates, as they can be used to achieve the behavior of AND, OR and NOT gates. Well, this slide shows examples of Boolean functions. Three Boolean functions are shown over here. A Boolean function of 2 variables, 3 variables and 4 variables. And we all know that these Boolean functions can be represented in sum of minterm as well as in product of maxterm. Dear students, if you recall, Boolean algebra is the algebra that deals with binary variables and three common operations AND, OR and NOT. And there are several laws of Boolean algebra that are helpful in manipulating logic equations. The commutative, associative, distributive and De Morgan laws, which you might have read in your digital logic design course, they are shown on this slide under multiplication and addition. Well, you all must be knowing that a truth table is a table that can completely describe any combinational logic function. Well, this slide shows a three variable Boolean function, a function of three input variables x, y and z, and its corresponding truth table. And you see this truth table has 8 rows covering all possible combinations. For each row, there are specific binary values of x, y and z, and we can compute corresponding value of f by plugging these three input values in the Boolean function. So given a Boolean function, we should be able to populate its corresponding truth table. Similarly, given a truth table, we should be able to write down the corresponding Boolean equation. Here I have expressed the Boolean function as a sum of minterms. Well, in this truth table you can see the minterm number 1, 3, 6 and 7 are 1. So this is what is represented over here. This can be written as variables like this, and we can of course use the Boolean identities or the Karnaugh map to simplify this Boolean function to this Boolean function. Okay, so hardware description language. Let me keep sipping my cup of tea and talking to you. Well, dear students, hardware description language is the language that describes the hardware of digital system in textual form. There are two applications of HDL processing. The first is the hardware simulation and the other is the hardware synthesis. As far as hardware simulation is concerned, we let our HDL programs run inside a hardware simulator to simulate and debug the design. The hardware simulator interprets the HDL and produces readable output that predicts how the hardware will behave before it is actually fabricated. And this is what we will be doing in this part of the course. And as far as the hardware synthesis is concerned, it basically deals with the fabrication of IC or finally laying out our finalized circuit onto a PCB. Well, dear students, there are a variety of HDLs available in the market. The two most common are System Verilog based on C and VHDL based on ADA. But in this course, we will be using a very simple and minimal HDL designed and developed by Norm and Shimon, who are the designer of the course NAND to Tetris. Okay, now you know about a bit about the hardware description language. Let me talk about the hardware simulator as well. HDL simulators are basically software packages that simulate expressions written in one of the hardware description languages like VHDL, Verilog, System Verilog, and so on. Hardware simulator that we will be using is designed and developed by students of Interdisciplinary Center, Raji School of Computer Science. It can be used to build and test many different hardware platforms. In this course, we will use it to design a complete computer called HACC, which is a 16-bit computer equipped with a screen and a keyboard. Well, dear students, to design and build this HACC computer, we need to write HDL program for many elementary gates, combinational circuits, sequential circuits, registers, RAM, ALU, control unit, as well as its data path. Every time we write these HDL programs, we will test and debug them on this same hardware simulator. And this is how a hardware engineers build chips for real. That is, the hardware is designed, tested and optimized first in a hardware simulator, and later the resulting gate logic is committed to silicon. Okay, suppose we have designed a logic circuit that have a specific behavior, and we want to realize it onto a silicon chip. Well, this is an expensive process, so before we do that, we must be sure that a hardware circuit works perfectly fine under all possible input combinations. So to test our logic circuit, we are going to use the hardware description language designed by Norm and Shimon, and the hardware simulator designed and developed by students of Raji School of Computer Science. This hardware simulator is written in Java, and the only gate which is available by default as a built-in gate is the NAND gate. And here is the NAND gate. This is the symbol of the NAND gate, and the behavior of NAND gate is the output is 0 or false when both the inputs are 1. And this is the HDL for the built-in NAND gate that comes free with the hardware simulator. Note that it has a chip interface which shows that it has two inputs, namely A and B. Similarly, it has one output, namely out. In the chip implementation part, it says built-in NAND, which means it is implemented in Java class. You just can easily use it. So this is the summary of the design process. We will use the built-in NAND gate chip having the interface as shown over here. This is just like a function call having 3 arguments, 2 inputs and 1 output. We design our logic circuit using this NAND gate only, or the other option is we first design the AND, OR and NOT gates using this NAND gate and then use the design AND or NOT gates to build the logic circuit. So we will be using this option. After we have done this, then we need to write down the HDL program file specifying the logic circuit, which is shown over here, a black box. After that, we will test this chip on our hardware simulator. And in real life, the next step is the optimization of the design, and finally realization of the optimized design in silicon chip. So these are the two steps which we will not be uh, going through in this course. Okay, so let us design and code the OR gate chip using the built-in NAND gate. Well, the behavior of an OR gate is shown in this truth table. The output is 0 or false when both or all the inputs are 0, and for all other input combinations the output is 1. Well, we can design an OR gate chip using 3 NAND gates as shown. There are two internal pins, W1 and W2, and one output pin over here, it is out. And this is the HDL for this OR gate. Remember, the HDL we are using is case sensitive. The name of the chip is OR, and by convention this must be saved with the same name. The file which contains this code is or.hdl, and see the chip interface over here. The in keyword is followed by the name of the input pins A and B. The out keyword is followed by the name of the output pin or output pins if there are more than one. Here is only one output pin, that is out. Followed by the chip interface, we have the chip implementation, starting with the keywords parts, followed by a colon. And then we have 3 NAND gates whose code is built in the hardware simulator. So this first NAND gate represents this. This second NAND gate is actually this one. The output of the first and the second NAND gates are W1 and W2 respectively. And finally these two outputs, which are the internal pins of the circuit, are given as input to the third NAND gate to generate the final behavior. So this is it. We have successfully written the HDL for the OR gate. Well, dear students, similarly we can design and code the AND gate. So over here we have just used the 2 NAND gates. The chip interface is same, and the NOT gate as well, using the built-in NAND gate. Okay, so now if you are a bit clear about the HDL of these 3 gates, now it is the time to verify these 3 chips inside a hardware simulator. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to download all the required softwares, the HDL, assembly and the C programs that we'll be using in this part of the course. For that we need to open a browser and write this URL in the address bar, this one. Okay, this will take you to my public Git repository on my Bitbucket portal, and inside the repository pane you can see the Col repository, Col repo link. Here you have all the resources that I have uploaded so far. So since this is the second lecture, so you can see all the codes that we have discussed in this directory 02, and inside the tools directory you can see a lot of files that you need to download. So anyway, what you need to do is you need to download this directory. So you need to click this link. Once you click this link, all the files and the folders in this repository will be downloaded in your machine. Okay. So once you have downloaded everything, let me move to the slides first. If you do the listing of this directory, you will see the different tools that we'll be using are the hardware simulator, CPU emulator, assembler, and I don't think that we will be requiring the JAG compiler and the VM emulator in this part. Well, you can see there are two versions of the hardware simulator available. One is with the .sh extension and the other is with the .bat extension. The .bat extension is for the Microsoft Windows users and .sh extension is for the Mac as well as for the Linux users. What we need to do is we need to first set the permissions of this hardware simulator.sh to executable by giving this command, and then we simply need to execute this file. In Windows, you just need to double click the hardware simulator.bat file. Okay, let me give you a quick demo by doing the interactive testing of the OR chip that we have designed. And for that, let me move on to terminal and let me run this file /hardware simulator.sh, and once I run it, this Java based program, this GUI in front of you. Okay, now if you click this file menu over here, you see the load chip option. Along with the load chip, you see the load script as well, but I will talk about this load script in the next session. So you can load a chip by clicking this, or you can load a chip by clicking this icon, this chip icon over in the top left of the screen. Let me click it. Once I click it, it opens a Finder window, and now I need to locate the file since we are in lecture 2. So I need to go to the lecture 2. I need to select the all.htl and then I click the load chip button, and there you go. Okay, fine. Now let me describe different parts of this GUI. In the bottom left, you have a pane that is called the HDL pane. This pane contains the read-only view of the HDL file. So if you want to edit your code, you need to first load it into an external text editor, save it there, and then reload this file. Okay, fine. Above this pane, we have the input pins pane. You can see the pane for input pins here. We have two input pins, A and B, and their corresponding values right now are 0, 0. And the chip name is of course OR, that is shown over here. Since this is the chip for a 2-input OR gate, so you see two pins, namely A and B, with default value of 0, and of course you can change these values. So this is an editable pane. On the right of this pane, you have the pane called the output pins pane, containing the names and the current value of the chip's output pins. Since this is an OR gate chip, so there is only one output pin, namely out. And remember, this is also a read-only pane, and the value of this output pin is calculated by the simulator. Below this, we have the pane internal pins. This is the fourth pane you see in the GUI right now. The pane contains the name and current values of the chip's internal pins. You can see there are two internal pins, W1 and W2, which are used by this chip. So they are shown over here. And the value of these pins are also calculated once the simulator runs. And remember, this is also read-only. So to sum up these four pins, this HDL pane showing HDL code of the chip is read-only. This input pin pane is editable pane showing names and values of the chip's input pins. This output pin is again a read-only pane showing names and values of the chip's output pin. This internal pins pane is again a read-only pane showing names and values of chips internal pins. Now dear students, if in this HDL pane over here I click or select any of the chip parts, let me click this NAND gate instruction, you see a corresponding table pops up in the adjacent pane, part pins pane. Since the selected chip part is the NAND chip, so you can see its two input pins, A and B, and the output pin, namely out. This is actually the API of the built-in NAND chip. Later we will see that this is a very convenient debugging tool for big programs. Okay, so now let us change the input of the chip. Let me change A to the value of A to 1 by double clicking this. And you see, once I will press enter, you will see this button over here. This calculator type of button will get enabled, which is right now disabled. I press enter, you see this calculator chip button is enabled. This is the evaluate button of the simulator. Let me click this button and there you go. You see the output is 1. If any one of the inputs is 1, the output is 1. Let me make this as well as 1. Again, the output is 1. And if I make both 0, since this is an OR gate, the output will be 0. And moreover, you can see the internal pins will also change over here. I think the way I have done the interactive testing of this OR gate chip, you can do the interactive testing of the AND as well as the NOT chip which we have designed today. So let me fall back to the slides. Okay, dear students, that is all for today's session. Well, these are the tasks you need to do. First of all, visit my Bitbucket repository and download all the resources and the required software tools, especially the hardware simulator for your particular machines. Well, in the hardware simulator, perform interactive chip testing of all the chips discussed in today's session. Well, also try writing the HDL code for some basic logic circuits using the NOT, AND, and OR gate chip that we have designed so far. Well, dear students, coming to office hours does not mean that you are academically weak. And I hope that today's session was informative for you all. If you have liked it, please subscribe my YouTube channel and share it with your friends. I wish you all the best, happy learning, and Allah Hafiz.